Our next speaker, you hopefully have had an opportunity to check out the shop. It's kind of tucked away, and the first time I was there was actually for an event that was hosted by End Product and Bose. It was a wonderful evening. Aaron Cayer.
Is everybody having fun tonight? All right, that's good to know. Okay, so behind me is the smiling face of Walmart. We all know this face, don't we? It's funny. Nobody I know actually likes or supports Walmart. It often comes up in a conversation. I say, hey, do you like Walmart? And they're like, absolutely not. I only support local and I go for organic. Funny, because Walmarts are everywhere. So what I want to talk about tonight is the importance of supporting local. So for those of you who may not know me, my name is Aaron Cayer, and that's me up there doing my thing. I am the owner of Antique Skate Shop and the Ottawa Skateboard Community Association. So as a local business owner whose brand embodies the concept of support local, I think this is a really important topic. So Antique is a local community-based skateboard shop, and we're focused on fun and quality. I opened up the shop because this city lacked something for skateboarders. We built the shop by skateboarding and for skateboarding. And every great city across North America has a shop which represents that city. Now we have one, it's Antique. I also founded the Ottawa Skateboard Community Association. It's a nonprofit organization that we use as a vehicle to talk to the municipal government. We essentially educate them on skateboard parks, skateboard park management, and anything to do with skateboard. So I came from a background which is a little bit different because both my parents were actually entrepreneurs. So our discussions around the dinner table weren't necessarily about little boy stuff like, frogs and hockey. It was about accounting and marketing. Very fun. So I spent the last 10 years of my life studying business and economics. And of everything I learned, of all the mathematical equations I had to solve, of all the accounting principles I was forced to learn, of all the econometric models I had to prove, I really learned one thing from all of that. And that thing was taught to me by a second-year professor at Carleton University in an information technology class. And about halfway through the semester, he took 5 minutes to tell us about two important business things that he thought were really important for us to remember. The first was reply to every email you get. And anybody starting a project or starting a business, take note of this. It's very important, but we'll leave that for another day. The second thing he taught us was always support local. And he didn't really give us much more than that. He said, support local, answer your emails, walked away. And it was only really until the last few years after I started my own business, I understood why this is important. The first reason it's important to support local is because local businesses, as a percent of their total profits, give more back to the communities they work in. In fact, local businesses give 250% more to local organizations and local charities than do their large counterparts. They also invest more into projects, and per dollar, they hire more workers. So I want to talk about two really great local businesses that embody this. The first is Oz Cafe. It's on Elgin. I've worked with Oz a number of times, and one of the projects we work on is it's called the Social Book Exchange. It's a project where we come together and we try to promote reading and social interaction. And I cannot tell you the amount that Oz gives us. She lets us use her space, she gives us free food, she gives us free beer. It's an amazing project, and I can't thank her enough. And she does projects like that all over the city all the time. The second business I want to talk about is Town. Now, if you know the head chef Mark from Town, he's an amazing person. We just finished wrapping up an event called For Pivot's Sake. We brought 4 local chefs, 4 local breweries together, and we had a charity dinner to raise money for recycling used skateboards back into low-income communities. Mark showed up, he orchestrated the dinner, he helped do everything, and from that point in has helped us on every single skateboard project that we have done. So both these events have been about leveraging business networks to give back to the community in which businesses run. The more we invest in local businesses, the more we get back in return. This notion of give and take is an important one, and it should be something we consider every single time we make a purchase. The second reason that local businesses are important is because they build a sense of community and what we call social capital. If you ever heard me talk, I love this word, community, community, community. What does it mean? So I'm gonna have to read this because I kind of forget, but. So a community is a self-organized network of people with a common agenda, a cause or interest, who collaborate by sharing ideas, information, and other resources. So there's so many local businesses that are doing this kind of building social capital and building a community. One which I would love to highlight is Fall Down. So Robbie from Fall Down opened up an art gallery a few years ago. Here it is. And he lets local artists put art on his walls. But not only does he do that, he runs events which connect people. So he's got musicians in there. He's got all sorts of crazy fun events which connect people and build a community. So one of the reasons I love living here in Ottawa so much is that when I decided to open up my business, there was an endless amount of people willing to support me. This is social capital at work. Even now, as the shop is up and running, I am partnering with whomever I can to support their efforts and in turn support mine. In my experience, social capital can create some pretty amazing opportunities we may not have otherwise, both as business owners and community members realize. It certainly has for me and via my business. And I intend to promote this kind of thinking for as long as the community will allow. And if I could partake one thing to everyone in this room tonight is always support local.